and apologies for the hat hair, which I might have, but I can't see because my glasses are steamed up. So you might have spotted I've just landed somewhere, which I have, specifically Iceland. So I'm here for nearly 2 weeks. And the first stop I made after leaving the airport was the relatively new volcano that started erupting back in March. And I say new because the volcano didn't exist before then, it sort of sprouted up out of the ground. I didn't walk up to the top of the mountain to see the actual crater because the weather is terrible and I'm currently quite unfit. So I just walked along the side of the valley where all the lava has flown. Flowed. And yeah, some nice views along there of the sort of glowing lava in amongst the rocks. There's a nice sort of amount of it tumbling down the hillside. The heat was pretty incredible. So apologies for not actually recording any of me talking up there to show you live, as it were. But you wouldn't have heard me because it was ridiculously windy. Anyway, it's now time to go and find some lunch. And it's pouring with rain, so I'm glad I'm back in the car. Onwards. So still windy, but the rain finally stopped. So a little while ago I arrived at my first hotel for the night, which is near Geysir, gushy thing. So because the rain had stopped, I popped up to Gullfoss waterfall. I've actually visited here both times on my previous visits, but it's sort of conveniently located where I seem to end up, so took another bunch of photos today. Tomorrow, basically I keep driving past here onto the Route 35, which basically goes through a couple of 100 kilometres of barren nothingness, so that'll be a bit of an experience. I've not been along there before, and hopefully the weather will be a little bit kinder tomorrow so I can grab a bit more footage. But now probably time just to head back to the hotel and then grab a bite to eat, and settle in for the night. See you in the morning. Good morning. So the wind is still here, but the rain has stopped for now. Today I'm driving up to Kerlingarfjöll mountain, which involves driving along road 35, which kind of cuts through the middle of Iceland, and it's one of the mountain gravel roads. So yeah, I've got sort of an hour and a half in the car of a back massage driving along this rough old track, but as you can possibly see, the views are pretty good. It's kind of like being on the moon. So I've just pulled over to say hello to you and also take a picture of the road swooping down there across the river, because that looks pretty good. The cloud base is quite low, so I'm not sure I'm going to see the top of any glaciers nearby, but we'll see how we go. Hopefully you heard all that, because like I say, the wind is still here. But anyway, I'm going to grab the picture and then get back in the car. So the road was variable in quality. So about halfway along it just turned into a horrible potholey mess. I guess it's the end of the season pretty much for that road, so they probably don't maintain it anymore. So slow going in places, But anyway, I've turned off and I'm now halfway along the little side road to the Kerlingarfjöll area, and I've just pulled over because there's a nice waterfall and gorge en route. I just head over here. See if I can spin the camera around. So it looks like there's a little viewing platform down there. The gorge in the other direction looks pretty nice. So I think I will grab a couple of shots here before carrying on. So the next stop is Kerlingarfjöll, which I was heading to, if you remember. And I checked into my hotel for the night. Well, it's a bit of a comedy. It turns out there's not actually too many close to it to build it. So I can stay there. I still seem really confused that I'm there. Anyway, I arrived here, driven up the mountain dirt track. And it's a sort of geothermal area with very pretty coloured mountains. So if I turn around, you'll see lots of smoke, and it does smell of sulphur quite a lot. But yeah, I shall grab a few images here and then head back. So I survived the night. There was a hell of a storm, the wind was ridiculous, and it was raining quite a lot, but the rain's actually stopped. As you can see, I'm back in the middle of nowhere, so I'm heading north on Route 35, and today, eventually, I'll end up round at Lake Myvatn, or Myvatn. My Icelandic pronunciation is not very good. So I think there's a few stops on the way, possibly a waterfall, and I think there's some more hot springs a little way further north of where I currently am. But yeah, after last night it's kind of weird. I mean, it's just completely still. Silence. And it's foggy, so I can't see anything. It's really eerie. So it's just a rocky road through the middle of some more rocks. Anyway, I'm hoping the cafe at the hot springs is open, because I could really do with some coffee by now. So I'm going to get back in the car and head on. made it to the geothermal area, and there's a really nice cafe here, and they did a nice breakfast as well, so I had that because I never got breakfast at my overnight hotel for reasons I won't go into. So I'm just going to have a walk around the geothermal bit now. The name of this place I'll put up on the screen because I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. It begins with an H. If I turn around, you should see there's plenty of smoke. I don't know if that shows up on this camera. Anyway, I'll grab some photos and enjoy the smell. So good progress on the road, and I've now arrived at Godafoss in the north. Rather typically the sun has come out, so taking photos here is going to be tricky, but I'll see what I can come up with. Right, plan B, I've come over to the other side of the river because I think that shooting the waterfall won't have the sun reflecting off the water quite so much. I took one picture over the other side, but the light was ridiculously harsh, and I think even bracketing it's probably not going to come out very well, but we'll see. But as you can possibly see, there's some big old clouds behind me, so the sun may disappear altogether in a minute anyway, which will make life easier, unless it starts raining. Anyway, walk to the waterfall this way.